Good morning, YouTube. Here I am again. I just want to come and talk to y'all about something that has been bothering me. Today is not necessarily about recovery. It is about our human nature. Now, what I don't get about us humans is that when we find someone that has a genuine heart, I also forgot. Please smash and hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Um, I will be talking about recovery and various different things. I will be introducing my wife and also my baby girl once she is born. But that was in my last video. But get back on topic, y'all. Now, people with genuine hearts. I like those type of people because I'm one of those type of people. Per people. I am that person. But what I don't understand is the person with the golden heart always seem to find him or herself, with the short end of the stick. I don't understand that. For instance, I uh I I give. Now, sometimes I give with an incentive or I give to receive back, but majority of the time I just give. And there was an incident to where as though I had gave someone something and you know their words, not mine. Bro, I got you. Cool. Okay. Now, this individual happened to be a real close friend of mine. Somewhat of a brother, and that individual hurt me because of the simple fact of when I was down and out, and I mean down and out, bad. This might intertwine with my addiction, but when I was down and out in the midst of my addiction, instead of helping me get back on my feet, you shame me, you talk down about me, you even go as far as to sleeping with my kid's mother while I was still married to this woman. We're no longer married, we're divorced, but I have a new wife. But what I am trying to get at is you had no place to go. You had nowhere to call home. You didn't even have a pot or a window to throw the pot the fuck out of. Excuse my language. But I opened my door to you. And there's a couple of incidents that I'm going to talk about. But I opened my door to you and you do me like that. And I think that's where I kind of turned a little cold hearted because I opened my door to this individual and you turn around and you sleep with my kid's mother. Not only that, you destroyed my family. And, I took a dark turn down that road of addiction. So it's a lot of key components, and I'm not going to put my addiction on everyone else because it was still a choice of mine to pick up the drugs. But outside of that, I worked my ass off to provide a roof and stuff like that, and you turn and you do that. Fucked up, man. Now in the next situation, shit. This is my own kin. My own kin turned their back on me. Mm. My own kin talk trash about me. Till this day, still till this day, they still talk big, massive bull crap about me. You know, and it hurts. But what they don't know is that individual that y'all talking about no longer exists. That individual that y'all ashamed of to consider a part of your family no longer exists. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm kind of making my own family now, and I'm not trying to go backwards and reopen old wounds, but in order to heal, we have to let go. So it's time for me to let go. My dad, my biological father, is the one that really hurts me the most, because I no longer have my mother on this planet, my biological mother. I no longer have her. I only have him. And I'm a spitting replica of this man. And this man, for the longest time, could not find his kids. Till one day his wife found me at school. And when I seen his wife, I went with her against my better judgment, not knowing who she was, but she said that she knew who my father was and she could take me to him. So I got in the car and went. Once that happened, I introduced my father back to all of his kids. Then I came across other kids that I was in school with that might have been my brothers and sisters, which turned out to be my brothers and sisters. Like, damn. But I reunite you with all your children, and you spit on me. And I mean, if I was dead and gone, I'm pretty sure he'd spit on my grave. Like, I don't know why this man despised me the way that he despised me. But I love him even still, like he's my dad. And I have no other choice but to love him. But the man did me so dirty. Till this day, he still do me dirty. He won't answer my phone calls. When he do pick up and he asks who it is and I say who it is, the man hangs up or either cuss me out. And, I don't know what I ever did wrong, but just was being born. Kids grow up and make mistakes, but you're not supposed to shame your kids or disown your children. You're not supposed to do that. Because no matter how wrong your children are, you still supposed to love them and help them out, pat them on their back, pick them back up, tell them that it's going to get better. I had to tell myself that it was going to get better, Dad. Like, where were you? You did the same thing to me when I was a child. You doing it as an adult. So I'm starting to believe what I was told when I was in foster care about you. You really didn't really give a frackle about me or any of us. You love the thought of being called dad. And that's sick. In so many different ways, it's sick. You just out here making kids for the simple fact of you want to be called dad. You like the title of dad or father or whatever the case may be. But if you're going to make these children, no matter how old they are, no matter what they do, no matter what their choices are, you're supposed to love them unconditionally. But you don't love me unconditionally. And yeah, I've said some hurtful things. You've done some hurtful things, but I've forgiven them, and I forgive myself for saying what I said. I've even talked to my other siblings, some of them, like my brother and, my sister when I see them in passing, and I told them that, that wasn't me. At that time, I was going through some things, and I had to explain to my younger kinfolk what it was, but you won't even give me a chance. You won't even give me a chance to talk to you, and that shit hurts. But we're gonna move past that because I'm starting to feel a little discomforted within my gut, and I might get a little emotional about that whole situation. But I'm sorry about what y'all hear in the background. I'm in a neighborhood where we got a local drunk from sun up to sundown. He's the local drunk. Um, but anyway, um, the next individual was my first wife. Now I can, if I can put these people on a scale, she wouldn't be that far up the scale, but she's done some things. I've done some things. We're not gonna go into detail and put all of our business out there. But the only thing that she hurt me about was, she took my children away from me, and I, I had to be MIA for over close to 5 years just to be reunited with my babies. you know. But I understand the case. I understand. I do understand 2 years of that. Well, 3 years of that because I had to get myself together. I didn't want my kids seeing me like that. So I had to get myself together. So I take full responsibility on that situation. That's why that pain and that burden is not so much. And I can somewhat talk freely, but there's some things that the world should not know that went on with us. And that is just out of respect of my personal confidentiality and hers. But now we're somewhat getting along, and I see my kids. I see my two oldest boys, and that's the most beautifulest thing in the world. I get to play with them, run with them, get to talk to them. I might put them on YouTube one day. All depends. Um, yeah. The next conversation. Um, the higher power is real. And it's a lot of different conversations that I'm having, but the higher power is real. He is very real. He or she is very real. God, Allah, Buddha, whatever your religion is, whatever and whomever your higher power is, that entity is real. And it's all around us. Because that entity helped me get through my recovery. That entity reintroduced me to my kids. That entity helped me meet my wife, which is the one who helped me throughout my recovery. I'm sorry. It's just a lot. And I thank God for it. I thank God. I do. With all my heart, I thank Him. I thank Him for the birds in the sky, the planet that I walk on, just making me who I am. I thank Him for everything because there's nothing like it. I'm about to end this, y'all, because I got a lot of thinking to do, and I'm starting to be in my emotions. And y'all can kind of hear it in my voice. I got a little stuffy nose this morning due to my cat. I have a cat, and I have cat allergies. How ironic is that? But I feel like I'm pulling myself back together. But us as humans, we do very, very, very unpredictable things, like having a cat allergy and owning a cat. I love cats. I love animals, but I have a high allergic reaction to cats. Like that cat. It's not the cat. It's the cat dandruff. Cats do have dandruff, y'all. If you did not know, I'm letting you know they have something what's called cat dandruff. And my cat likes to sleep with me on my pillow and stuff, all by my face and all that, like this. And I'm kind of stuffy, but I wanted a cat a bit. Well, it's not even a cat. I have a kitten. A kitten. Her name is Zoe. She's not by the window right now. I would have showed you. But her name is Zoe, and she's a beautiful black puffy furry cat. She's very skittish and very playful at the same time. Um, Jeez. See how easily it is for me to get sidetracked? That's why, within this thing called recovery, it's called stop, shut up, listen. When they say listen, they don't necessarily mean listen to another individual. They mean listen to yourself. And it took me some time to realize that in recovery. Like, fuck just recovery. Life itself. Excuse my language. But life itself. It took me a while to understand that. Stop, shut up, and listen. You might not have heard it in those direct words, but in recovery, it's kind of raw. Because it's actually stop, shut the up, and listen. Because us as people, we don't take the time to listen to ourselves. Because once we listen to ourselves, our body tells us everything. Our mind, our ears, our nose, everything, even the hairs on our face and head and our chest. Well, if you're a woman, your head and wherever else you may grow hair, your body tells on itself. It tells you when it's hurting. It tells it when it's aching, and it tells when you're sore, when you're upset. Oh no, that's a bee? That look like a bee? I'm allergic. I'm sorry. But now it's gone. Back to what I was saying. It tells on itself. And for a long time, I never actually listened to myself. And when I stopped and listened to myself, I found out a lot about myself. I can be somewhat conceited at times. I used to be a narcissist. Like, a real bad narcissist. I had to break that. Because that wasn't very healthy. I'm loving, I'm caring, I'm funny, I'm a geek, I'm a nerd. Like a big, huge nerd. I love computers, I love video games, I love to color draw, I like to run, can't do that no more. I like to ride bikes, I like to do a lot of things, I like to just sit outside and sit in the dirt. Like, honestly, take my shoes and socks off, put my feet in the grass, and just dig my feet into the earth. Oh my God. Y'all don't understand what that is. That is called grounding. That energy right there is wonderful. Wow. Just being connected to God's earth, the earth that He made us from, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. But just stop and listen to yourself sometimes. Knock out all the chaos. Knock out the world. Knock out the surrounding. And just place yourself in this hollow place. And listen. Your body will tell you everything. Like shit. It'll tell you a lot. But I'm going to go ahead and log off. And I just hope that y'all know y'all support my stories sometimes. Y'all don't even have to smash the like button if you don't like what I'm talking about. But I'm just talking about realistic stuff and things that's going on in my mind. It's like a little diary to me. And yeah, so just smash that like button. Give me comments, comment on certain things that I talk about. I will read it and I will respond if you want a response back. If you want a more direct understanding of what I went through, I will share. I will share everything with y'all. I won't get too personal, but I will share my life with you if you're going through something similar that I have went through, and I will help you the best way that I can. I'm not a licensed therapist. I'm a peer, and I'm a peer in recovery, and I'm a peer in reentry to life, and everything that I've been through is behind me, and I'm on a new journey. So if you would like to talk to me about starting a new journey with yourself, hit me up.